Alright folks, welcome back to another Bone Masters video, and continuing on the theme of just, let's completely just ignore Uxie's gimmicks, right? Solgaleo, also basically Lunala, but physical and steel Sensual Strike. And like, you know, 10 times worse overall as unit. So, and also not super effective. So it's gonna be harder, it's gonna be a bit tougher, right? He's gonna do like, you know, 1k damage per Sunseal. Okay, maybe not that bad, but like, not gonna be doing too much damage per Sunseal Strike, right? But, again, Sunseal Strike still completely ignores the opponent's passive reduction skills, right? So if we didn't have Sunseal Strike, it'll be much, much worse, right? Not that Sunseal Strike is that much better either. But yeah, in terms of like the grid, this guy has like nothing, bro. This guy has nothing on his grid for Sunseal Strike, right? I mean, for Focus Blast, he actually has a pretty solid grid for Focus Blast. As you know, Focus Blast on a roll to debuff the bonus special defense on top of having Brain Teaser, which gives an extra 30% attack, you know, buff on that. Although I could technically run Brain Teaser as well, but I don't want it because it's just, you know, it's too clunky in terms of team comp wise. Again, you could do it, but I think it's more interesting to actually do this because I don't think I've done this before with like Sunseal Strike, because it's like basically just attack buffs over here, right? He actually has like 3 attack plus 10, so that's actually like what, plus 35 attack, which is actually not bad. And then you have like all the Sunseal Strike nodes. These Sunseal Strike nodes are actually surprisingly cheap. They're only like 2 energy cost each, so there's that, I guess. I was thinking of the sync move power up nodes. Not that they're gonna do that much, because the thing with his sync is even though well, his sync, you know, unlike Sunseal Strike, right, it doesn't actually go through the opponent's damage reduction, so it's actually gonna get gated by the damage reduction, right? Because it's, you know, Sunray Smash, all that stuff, so it actually doesn't go through it. So there's that, and then 2 move gauge refresher for Sunseal Strike. Very, very, very incredibly basic sync grid, right? And then Togepi over here with the potion stuff. And then Xerneas is Xerneas, obviously, right? So let's do this. Let's see how this goes. All right. Very, very looking forward to this. We'll see how this turns out. All right, let's get the crit buffs in first. This music's good, as always. Alright, Bread of the Sun, let's get some defense buffs in there. Moonblast, see if we can debuff the, you know, the opponent's special attack a bit, right, while we're here. Okay, so after we get this Dazzling Gleam in, we get the sync in for Xerneas, so that's gonna give us a bit more speed, which we desperately need right now. Alright, let's do that. Happy colors. Some more defenses in. Alright. Xerneas sync in with the speed, special defense, special attack, not that we need it. Because again, like stuff like Xerneas and Togepi are not going to be doing damage. Unless Togepi rolls Fisher, then that will be doing a lot of damage. Alright. Okay, that should be enough to max out both the defense and special defense for Solgaleo, right? Got some special attack down there, which is nice. On Sensual Striking. Yeah, the Sensual Strike is not doing that much damage. Again, it's completely going through the opponent's damage reduction skills, but like, it's just not very strong. Right? Like, which, you know, to this point, you do wonder, is it really worth the hassle? Like, is it really worth saving all that hassle to actually run them? Like, wouldn't it be better just to run like a better damage dealer? But like, just bring someone with like trap and status, right? Or trap, confuse, flinch plus status, right? I'm like straight up Mewtwo, right? Shadow Mewtwo. Throw in, you know, someone who could buff his special attack, like a Sabrina. Throw in a Sabrina. Throw in a Tangela, and boom, you basically, it's just much more bearable than whatever the heck we're going through right now. Alright, Sync Move again. Sync Move's not going to be going through any damage reduction, so it's probably not going to do that much damage, but it might still do some, so 1,000 maybe? Almost 1,000? Almost 1,000. Togepi, please not a Fisher. Alright. I think we're done dunking on poor Solgaleo's you know, physical attack stat. Or not physical attack stat. His physical attack stat is really good. His social strike damage. Right. Yeah. He's not like bad or whatever. His grid just could have been better, honestly. Again, like his grid for Focus Blast is really good. Well, I won't say really, but you know, pretty good. But like, it's just Sunshine Strike, right? Which is a slight disappointing part because at the time we didn't really have that many like great free or you know steel type damage healers. Although now we do with well, I wouldn't say he's great, but you know, a decent one with Zamazenta, right? Although it's really hard to say which one's better between Zamazenta and Solgaleo, right? Which is kind of, you know, sad because this guy's a striker and Zamazenta's like a support, right? So, which, you know, you could also throw Zamazenta in here in this team comp to replace Togepi if you want like a full like free-to-play comp here, right? Again, not that this is better than Mewtwo, because I think the Mewtwo one's just straight up better. Like, if we were running Mewtwo at this point, even though we had to like trap poison, we'd be on their second bar. We'd be almost done their second bar probably, honestly. Iron Tail, we're gonna potion that one. Probably gonna Hornly some HP back as well. But they are at like, what, -5 special attack. Although, hey, if you're not in a hurry, you actually get to enjoy your your units. And not just, you know, finish everything in like 30 seconds. Although, of course, you know, there really aren't that many stages that you can finish in 30 seconds. Except for that Master Mode run that I did with Annie Lily. Annie Lily speed run. That was actually 30 seconds. Alright. Let's get the sync in there. Very, very unfortunate that we got them paralyzed before the sync, so we don't actually get to go through their damage reduction with our sync. Because since we had it paralyzed, we actually could have went through their damage reduction with the sync there. Oh well. Alright, Solgaleo here again. Okay. Hey, we passed 1k damage. Look at that. Look at that. Alright. That's fine, I guess. Yeah. The other thing with like Uxie is like they made it that so that there's no urgency in terms of, you know, having to, if you're not running someone who goes through their reduction, right? If you're not running someone who goes through their reduction, you don't have the urgency that like, oh, I have to status them right now. I have to status change them right now or else we're screwed. Because Uxie does not do that much damage. His moves just straight up do not do that much damage. It's just that, like, again, just that one Iron Tail. And then it's like, okay, whatever. Right? Like, if they made it so, like, there's some sense of urgency that, oh, man, I gotta, you know, I gotta get my stuff together. I better status this thing real quick, or else it's gonna, you know, actually blow through my team. It just does no damage. Right? It does no damage. If they actually combined Uxie and Azelf's Legendary Arena, you know, into one, I think that it'll be a bit more interesting, because Azelf actually does some solid damage, right? And then Uxie has these damage reductions and all that stuff, right? But, oh well. Hopefully Mesprit may be a bit more interesting. Metronome. Looking for that Fisher. For those who don't know, I did like a 3-hour stream once trying to get Fisher out of Metronome, but 3 hours just resetting for Metronome. Couldn't get a Fisher. Could not get a Fisher. It was very, very hard to get, as you could probably tell. Which makes sense. I mean, if it was easy to get, then everyone would be summoning for Togepi. Although Togepi is still very, very good, even, you know, without, you know, the chance of Fisher. Fantastic support, right? Got max crit buffs, got all those defense buffs, got a potion, all that stuff, right? As a passive, even though I hate this, but the passive attack, special attack buffs, all that stuff. I think it also has like Moongate Celebration on sync. Either that or Graduates. I don't really remember. I don't really sync with Togepi. I mean, I don't have it EX, so I don't see the point syncing with Togepi. Anyways, all right, last one. The reductions are actually a bit lower, right? So our sync move might actually get in some solid damage here. It's still like 40% or 50% or something like that, but you know, it's not like 80, 90%, right? But we didn't crit, so of course it didn't show it. Nothing to show for it, unfortunately. Can I get a burn here from a fire blast? No? Okay. Yeah. Also, just the fact that we got Xerneas for free, like, Legendary Arenas are kind of a joke now. Like, because Xerneas is just so good for Legendary Arenas, right? It's just so good for Legendary Arenas. It's, you know, in my opinion, the best tank in the game, right? And, again, tanks are very, very good for stuff like Legendary Arena. What's that? Psychic? Oh. Hey, special defense drops. Not that we need it. Alright, like, Thunder should be a really, really powerful move, right? Like, let's, like, straight up, let's just see how much it does to, like, Xerneas over here. 87 damage. What are we doing? I know it has, like, -6 special attack, but, like, come on. Come on. Alright. Seven sync cycles. Okay, that's something you don't see every day, right? You know what? We should try doing a run with like a bunch of defensive supports, but like we don't status the opponent at all, right? And we don't use units that like go through their reductions and see how that goes. Just straight, just raw, just hitting their damage reductions, and see how we could get through that, right? It's gonna be so many sync buffs. It's gonna be so many sync buffs. That's gonna be fun. Yeah. Let's actually try that. Let's try that. So anyways, that's me with this one, I guess. Hope you all enjoyed. Let me guys think in the comments down below. Like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel for some more Pokemon content. And stay tuned for the next one. Whatever that is. Again, good chance it's gonna be the one where we actually try without you know, without going through its gimmicks at all. It's just hitting it raw. Because again, this thing doesn't hit that hard. Doesn't hit it that hard, but yeah, have fun, folks. Again, subscribe, notifications, all that good stuff. Become a member if you want that cool badge and some cool emojis. Join the Discord if you guys want to talk more about Pokemon Masters. If you guys have some questions, need some help, all that stuff, or just chat in general. And I'll see you guys in the next one.